All right, it is Taigong's Six Secret Teachings. We're in 712, 2024. Before I begin in chapter 4, I just wanted to take a moment to kind of reiterate what this is, why I do these daily. These are just reflections, whether it be reading from The Art of War or from the Daily Stoic. None of this is scripted. None of this, for the most part, is going to be edited unless I'm interrupted or something weird happens. I might go in and do a quick edit, but if you ever go over to any of my other book overview videos where I read through highlights, those aren't polished either. It's just, this is just kind of like raw content. This isn't a this is a passion project of mine. This isn't a main job or full-time career. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm just merely reflecting. This is more or less a journal for me. I like doing these reflections and I have these thoughts, and instead of just writing them down, I just speak them to myself. So I just hope that anyone who does view this content does find value in it and understands that this isn't a show. This isn't going to generate any ad revenue except for what YouTube gets by playing their ads, etc. I mean, there's no greater ulterior motive to this other than just to reflect on building my business through reflection of strategy readings, and nothing more. So let's go ahead and dive in to tonight's reading, chapter 4, Tiger Secret Teaching, talking about occupying territories. King Wu asked Taigong, "Our troops have penetrated deep into enemy territory and have occupied their land. However, we still have not managed to conquer their great cities. A unit from the enemy confronts us on disadvantageous terrain. I would like to attack their cities, but I am worried that troops inside the cities will cooperate with troops outside the cities to attack our flanks, causing chaos and fear in our ranks. What should we do?" Right, so King Wu is being a great general here. He's like, we're behind enemy lines, but we haven't sieged the cities. We're still under attack, and we're in imminent danger of becoming chaotic. Taigong said, "When besieging cities, you should allocate chariots and cavalry to places far away. The guarding and patrolling forces should cut off the enemy's internal and external communications. Then, when the city dwellers lack food, supplies cannot be brought in. Inhabitants and soldiers inside the city will panic. The general in charge will surrender." King Wu asked, "When supplies in the city are cut off, food cannot be transported in. The enemy secretly communicates inside and outside the city, planning to break out. They fight to their death at night. Their strong cavalry attacks us from within and without. Our officers and soldiers are frightened. The army is chaotic and defeated. What should we do?" Taigong said, "Under such circumstances, you should divide your troops into 3 sections and position them according to the terrain." So I'm just going to take a moment here to speak about the terrain and the importance of terrain, especially in Sun Tzu's Art of War. There's 2 whole chapters dedicated to positioning and terrain, each with their own nuances, but also some of the fundamentals get repeated in both of those chapters. And I just want to draw attention that he's talking about dividing them into 3 sections according to the terrain. Investigate the position of the enemy troops outside the city as well as their fortifications. Leave a route for fleeing troops and encourage them to escape. Guard them with alertness, right? Leave a route for fleeing troops and encourage them to escape, right? Because remaining alive when you're behind enemy lines and employing the tactic of strategic retreat in order to live to fight another day is the ultimate tactic and strategy that you should take no matter where you're at in life. If you know or you're not sure if you can win the battle, retreat, reorganize, and then retry. Do not let them escape. Guard them with alertness. Do not let them escape. Under siege, they will escape into woods or to a different city. 1 section of your troops should attack the enemy outside the city. The elite cavalry stops the enemy from escaping. In this situation, troops inside the city will think the first group has escaped successfully and has found an escape route. So this is actually leaving an escape route for people within the city to leave. So I kind of messed that up, but still at the same time, that strategy holds. Their elite soldiers will follow the route from the city, leaving the old and weak behind. Your 3rd unit of chariots and cavalry should attack the rear of the enemy. Those remaining in the city will not dare to break out. Your troops should be very cautious. Do not engage in battle in a rush. Sever the supply routes and besiege them. After some time, the enemy will definitely surrender. After conquering the city, do not burn the food in storage. Do not destroy inhabitants' houses, and do not cut down. I'm not getting 2 pages at a time. Do not cut down the trees and graveyards and shrines. Do not kill surrendering soldiers, and do not abuse captives. Take this opportunity to show mercy and benevolence. Explain to their people that their ruler is the only guilty man. The whole world will obey your orders. King Wu said. Excellent. So this was a good one, I thought, just kind of on positioning and being able to adjust in the heat of the moment, especially talking about strategic retreat. But just knowing that when you're behind enemy lines, you need to have tactics for when chaos ensues. You can't just go in with the confidence of knowing that you're going to win. You have to have the ability to retreat strategically, but also to turn the tides of battle from being against you back into your favor. And this is done by forethought, right? Positioning in terrain, strategy, division, right? Division of labor, division of tactics and strategy. So that keeps standing tall.